Welcome to the round 11 review on Sonsie Supercoach. This week has been a massive W for me. I'll talk about the players later, but over 2,500, which is really good. I was watching the last game, and when the final siren sounded, I was 2, 4, 9, 6. Then a little bit of handful scaling got me over the line, which is awesome to see. Round rank 513, best of the year, best ever, really good, love that. Season rank top 1k, awesome, went up 1,000 ranks. At that height, going up 1,000 ranks is just great. Really 10 out of 10 league wins. Couldn't ask for much more. I'll start by looking at my trades. So I did Oliver out, Samson out, and Simpson out. Samson was the only one that played. Got a really poor score of 39, pretty much his poorest score since his second game. So good time to trade him out. Lost 14k. Good result. Brought in Sicily, Ford and Sarong. I'll go through each of the players later, but that's pretty good. But yeah, you can see here that best round rank. I got a 600 there, but 500 here. And season rank's looking good. So I'll go through each player. Sicily, chuck the VC on him. Trade him in as well. Really couldn't be happier. 172, you take those every day of the week. It's just amazing to have, especially when you trade a player in. Went up 54k, so people bring him this week will be a disadvantage to people that brought him in last week, like me, 45 break even, so it's amazing. That's great. Early in the season, look at this, 70s, 90s, he was a liability. Stewart, 138, another player that could have been VC'd. People that did, they'll be very happy with it. Brought him in last week and copped a 91, but the 138 is great. It's 138 is great. Second highest score of the season. Impressive. Dacos 124. Pretty happy. Feel like he's had some poor. Yeah, I know. Had ton there, 81 there, 72 there. So kind of has a pretty poor 5 round average at the moment. So that's been good to get off him. Zeeble and Sinclair, both poor. More disappointed with Sinclair. Brought Zeeble for 350k, so over Setterfield. So really, whatever Zeeble scores, I'm happy with. In general for the whole season. Sinclair, he's the type of player that'll average, 100, but not by scoring 100s. We average 100s by scoring 130s and 70s. So what do you expect? Mitchell, one of the 2 rocks I fielded this week, 69, almost 70, very good. Could have fielded him or Weddle, gained some points there, nothing crazy. Bont, that's really good, just back to his 120 and 125s. Sarong brought him in, bit of a disappointment going sub-ton. First one in a bit, I reckon. Yeah, first one since round 4. Oh no. Yeah, first one since. No, he got. So yeah, second one all year. First one wasn't. Last one was in round 1. But in general, I think I didn't watch the game, but I heard it was poor disposal efficiency. So, what else can you do? He should bounce back. He should be fine. Laird, 115. I watched the last quarter of that game. Got some points at the end. Very good. He's going to be, started him. Been pretty good. Not much to say on him, really. Merritt, 110. Didn't see the game. Not much to say. Dawson, 120. At the end, he really helped me get to the 2,500 with the, like a contested intercept mark right at the death. It's great. Green 95. He's kind of saved his score at the end, to be honest. Day 74. Jeez, like he's a player I would love to trade, but not even sure if it's like the right move. It's just been so poor. Like I can't Raul or Butters. I could have got either of them in, but didn't. And worst trade this year for me, but it is what it is. Humphrey, 90. With about 5 minutes to go in the game, he was on like 75. Kicked the late goal, got 25 points for it. I'll take it every day of the week. 3-round average 102. How good? Gonna make a bunch of cash. Made 64k this week. Break even 11. How good? Sincotta, I think he'll come back in. I think Newman's injured, and Newman is injured, so that could happen. Forgot to touch on these guys. Weddle did alright, 60s. Like that's what you want from rookie, just averaging 60s. Break even -15, still make more money. Constable, chance to come back in. The Rat King or Rory Atkins was really poor, got subbed out. Sharp, yeah, I don't know, maybe he'll come out, I don't know. Marshall, 98. I don't know. Like Marshall, I feel like he just gets heaps of 98s. Nah, not really. I'm just going crazy. Yeah, 96, I don't know. Kind of just hovers around a ton, then goes 120. You take it, like you can see that with the 110. 110 average. English 105. Not amazing. He's had a few poor weeks. I was honestly thinking of not being amazing. 3-round 103, 5-round 105. Dunkley 146. I was saying last week how he's probably the most underrated Supercoach player this year because everybody has him. Says it again. I think people are starting to rate him again. Look at this, 5-round average 132. I mean, how good? Like, if you took away the 103 there from his average would be like actually around 47. So how good? Talking about 147 Toronto here. Personally, I think it was underscored. Carried that Richmond side. So good to watch as a Richmond fan, but to see him play. 4 goals. I mean, say if there was a goal that was touched on the line, say if he got that and we won the game off that, he would have got amazing scaling. But, take a 147 every day of the week. Gordon scored like back-to-back 152s and then just back-to-back 90s. So, it's alright, like, he should be fine. Rosie, 111. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like he was honestly a bit overscored watching the game. During the game, but then I think the score's right at the end of it. I just recorded like half the video looking at trades, looking at buys, talking about Briggs and whatnot, Wardlaw. Then I realised my mic was muted, so I'm going to go from where I left off, being, I believe, Cogs. The most rollercoaster player ever. Saved his score right at the end, had a late clanger. But, so what? I think he's still been alright for the price I paid. Well, not alright, but, when this day's sitting here, it's very easy to ignore Cogs. Sheasel, 79. Been a pretty good rookie in general since the start of the year, for 200k. So you can't complain too much. But, yeah, surely going to be a buy flip. Ford, 83. Number 1 rookie to bring in this week. Easiest thing. I was saying last week how, he's not going to get any service against Collingwood, this and that. Don't think it's going to be great. And that's when I was like bringing Fleeton in. And I still believe that when I was bringing him in. But proved me wrong, which is really good to see. Shows he, upped his job security. I didn't really see the game, but I heard his job security is going to be much better now. So, back into some of the things I was going to talk about. First one was going to be Briggs. I can't really put him into my team. If you have Darcy, I think you can go down 2 paths if you have Darcy. go Wits or English, which is a real safe thing. Proven player, obviously good job security. Will probably score better than Briggs. Or you go Briggs, bank the money. Either see what upgrades you can do with it, see if you can upgrade any rookies. It's going to be a cash cow for him, so you make more upgrades later. So it's a real risky play if you want to do it or not. If I had Darcy, I would probably look at Briggs, look how much money he's going to make, look at the trades I could do, and then decide whether or not I'll do it. For me, I don't think I'm going to do any trades this week. I was looking around earlier about data Briggs, and it's just not going to work. The only trade I might do is if Mitchell's out, then I could do him towards or bank money for next week. So I bank about 100k for next week, which would be good. But yeah, I'm fielding I think 18 players because Sicily's out with the MRO decision. Obviously a hold. So yeah, let's have a look at this. So 5, let's say none of those guys play. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 players. So fielding 18, that's alright, that's just like par. With no trades, still be fielding 18. Not much you can do about that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's... Actually, no, that's not all. I have looked at some players that have been talked about, and I might like to bring in later. Not this round though. Jack McRae got DPP. 3 round of 123, 5 round of 111. With the back-to-back 145s, that's good. But with his role, I'm not really sure if I want to get him, to be honest. But he'll be a good F6 in my opinion. Like with a break-even of 41, I'll get him after his bye. So I'm not sure what price he'll be then. Let's see what the projected is. So they're saying he gets... That looks like alright scores. So after his bye, 591k. No, I don't think I'll get him after his bye. I don't know, we'll see what his price will be. Other players, Brayshaw, thinking of getting him next week. Be 581k, looking good. It was really him or Steele all week if Sarong was out. But went Sarong, who's called worst out of all of them, interestingly, but it'll be alright. I'll get Brayshaw after his bye. Other players, Osin Mullen. Still not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I have to have a look at it. Looking alright, 154, so not amazing. He'll be played a trade in a few weeks' time because he has his bye after he has his second game. So that's probably working in the favour because if he had the bye after that, then we have one price rise and then his bye. So you wouldn't love bringing him in. So it kind of works out like that. 102k, that's really good. From Ireland, so I think he's mature. Obviously played Gaelic football for a bit. So hopefully he can get a role in the team. Just need Zach Tui to whisper and Scott's here. Keep him in, but we'll see. Other trading options would be Butters. 104. If you look at the score, you'll think, bit of a quiet game out after his really good one. In my opinion, he had a really good game. He's super underscored. Actually, no. I think his score's right because he had, I think, 2 out of the fulls, a few frees against. So I think the score is about right. Maybe a little bit more, but it's still getting 31k. So let's have a look at the projected price here. Projected score. If he got those projected scores, I mean that's a bit crazy. I don't think it'll be that good. Yeah, I don't have him dropping below 360 pretty much all time, but I don't think that's realistic. But he's a real deal. I think he's better than Rosie. But we'll see on that. I'll have a look if I missed anybody. Rao. Oh yeah. How good is he? Break even 97, so kind of hold his price. I think I kind of want to bring him in, but maybe I'm just getting baited by 2 really good scores recently between us and 87. But we'll see. Obviously going to trade him in after his bye. So have another week of scoring to see how it goes. Jordan going, I want to go in. McRae, Redmond, 114. People are getting on him. Honestly, like, looking kind of good. But if you look at his scores, right, like, actually, no, he didn't. That was a loss and he scored well. But yeah, usually scores well on the wins. Loves a win. But before that, like, average 97, but 3 rounds 127. So before that, he's been pretty poor. Yeah, his history's not great, really. But, you know, he loves a win, so you can see him getting a win. Even though he could lose to Freo. Same thing as a lot of players after his bye. Lloyd, he's interesting now. His bye is this week, so I could bring him in. Thinking about him. I think he'll be fine D6. You know, scored 72 last week, 90. So I'm not too hot on him, but maybe a bit later. Dylan Moore, didn't expect to see him here. Oh, just a bye game. Yeah, don't want to bring him in. Wits. Have Darcy. It's really him, English, or Briggs. I think he's looking good round score wise. So it's interesting. They project his price to be pretty much the same. And no Ridley. I was never a Ridley owner, but people that did trade him out and with 2 good scores. That's interesting. Brayshaw, I spoke to him. Lizard. Don't want the Lizard. Nick Blakey. Doherty. I think he's interesting. It's really between him and Lloyd for me. I think I'll probably go Doherty. Obviously not now because he has a bad bye after his bye. I project his score to be... Why do they project it to drop off so much? What's going on? No, I feel like something's wrong here. Yeah, they say it's going to be like 4. Okay, yeah, something's wrong here, but that's interesting. Yeah, look at that. But yeah, I think that could go up again. I'm thinking of bringing him in myself. Petrarca, still way too expensive. Massive break even. Projected price. What are the Saints going to score? They're projecting his score pretty high. Without Clarius, pretty good. Could come in post by Lockie Neal. I wasn't too hot on him. I thought he's been not great this year in general. Yeah, 3 scores over a ton. Maybe later. Who else? Bolton. I was thinking about bringing him in right about here. So it would have actually been good. But I wouldn't bring him in my opinion. Too expensive when you can look at other players. So yeah, that's a round review. Hope all of you guys have good weeks in the buys. I think we'll all go pretty well in general. Yeah, I hope you had a good week this week. See ya.